Welcome back, guys. So we are 6.5 weeks out. Today, we are back in the gym after a short deload and some high days. And Dave and his lovely wife have made the effort up to come through this morning to do my blood work. Now, I will get Dave on a bit of a podcast video style to review the blood work when the blood work comes back. So you will get to see what IFBB Pro blood work actually looks like with full transparency on the YouTube. Now, I have used eval for many, many years, pretty much since I started. And this will probably be 22nd or 23rd set of blood work that I have. So the reason why it's super handy as well using them is because I actually have all the blood work saved. So I've got 23 reference points that I can use and I can monitor any changes. And so far, there hasn't actually been any negative changes within my blood work. If anything, with Dave's and Sasha's support and help, there has been improvements. So I cannot stress the importance of checking your blood work, having IVs like Dave is preparing for me right now with high doses of glutathione, high doses of antioxidants, vitamins and minerals, and then actually doing your blood work on a regular basis. It's extremely important, guys, especially for longevity. And ultimately, the healthier you are, better you will perform. So just something to be mindful of when you are pursuing bodybuilding at a high level or any level, shall we say. You need to make sure that you are looking after your health and, more importantly, using professional services that are going to actually give you the service that you are paying for, with follow-ups and expert advice from the man himself. Now, generally, and I think a lot of bloodwork services are trying to do the same thing now, aren't they? Where they try to do like a write-up, but it's very, very generic from what I've seen. And with Dave, it is actually suited and tailored to your needs. So you will definitely get some aftercare, which you don't really get from other bloodwork services and bloodwork labs. So I very much highly recommend eval, especially the service that I've seen myself and with clients has been absolutely superb. And any issues you have, Dave and Sash will always be on hand, ready to help and go above and beyond. So if you need your blood work done, you know where to come. Dave, when are you free to review the blood work? Before Wednesday, yeah? Okay. So the next video, guys, the next video that you'll see will actually be Dave and myself reviewing the blood work and giving you an insight on how things are looking and how things have changed over the years. So that'll be quite interesting for you all. Yeah, test. Can I have that one, please? Yeah. Oh, what do you mean they've got
Hey, I knew you were going to ask about the extra tube.
You fucking legend, thank you.
We're going to have some new testing profiles coming as well.
Yeah?
Including stuff like IGF-1.
Right. Meg, are you filming? Did you get that? Amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be 4 to 6 weeks to launch.
Really? Guys, 4 to 6 weeks and new testing profiles are coming, including IGF-1, which is huge. So I cannot wait.
Some genetic stuff as well.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. That's amazing. Shall we do a bit of a promo on it?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah?
The only reason we can do it now, but we're not because all the stuff out
right. So when you've done it, what we'll do, I'll get Jay, who's my video guy, Magic Eye. Mm-hmm. We'll, guys, get ready for it. We're going to get the man behind the camera, Magic Eye. As soon as you've got it ready, we'll run it. We'll get Jay on, and then we'll do a proper video on it as well, covering it, and then do a proper promo on it as well.
Thank you.
That'll be class. No one else is doing it either. Sash, show her. This is what we get. All the tests. Beautiful. Right. The man himself, David. Hello. Right. We've got the IV all set. Now, we've got a mixture of pretty much everything in there. And we do have glutathione at 1200 milligrams IV. So this week, I probably won't be taking any additional glutathione with that going in the vein, baby. But I honestly do think these make a massive difference. Every time I have blood work done, I do have these. And from an energy standpoint, even my sleep, that's one thing I've always noticed. You know, I have these and my sleep for like next few days is insane. And my recovery. And my joints feel good. So if you don't know about the IVs, I highly recommend you do have one, especially if you're having your blood work done. It only makes sense to get one done as well. Now, Dave, tell me about the new tests.
Oh God, you put me on the spot here. I haven't even
Yeah.
learned them all myself. We've got some more comprehensive health markers.
Yep.
We've got a lipid, in-depth lipid, so we've got APOA, APOB,
Amazing.
and all that going in that
Yeah.
one. IGF-1.
Yep.
Still can't do the sensitive estrogen at the moment, which
Yeah.
is doing me head in, but we'll find somewhere.
Yeah.
And then we've got some genetic markers, quite a lot of cancer marker stuff.
Yep.
Both from a blood and from a genetic one.
Amazing.
The full genetic one, like the full screening, not cheap, it's 750 quid.
Yeah, but it'll be worth it.
Like the CA125s
I'll be,
and stuff. That
I'll definitely be investing in that 100%.
we've changed some of the other profiles slightly. So the enhanced health that just came with one hormone now comes with test and estrogen.
Amazing.
We've put CA125 into the female version of the
Yeah.
F Pro. And then there's also going to be some markers around not quite intolerances, but
Similar.
digestive issues.
Yeah,
and that
yeah,
sort of
yeah,
stuff.
of course, yeah. That's good. That's awesome. See, I think a lot of people drop the ball with blood work because getting your blood work done isn't just checking your health. You can actually adjust either your stack or your setup to actually make more progress. So all of these markers that Dave will be doing now, if you get them done on a regular basis, you can actually improve the process. You can make more progress. You can stay healthier. And ultimately, it's going to lead to better outcomes and more longevity in the game, which is huge. So,
Yeah.
very undervalued, right?
Yeah. Longevity does seem to be a factor at the moment. We've had a few in the last couple of weeks that
Yeah,
don't seem to be with us anymore.
yeah,
Particularly females seem to be having
I know.
an impact in the female trade. But yeah, it's we've been limited in what we could do for a long while, but we've been conscious of it and actively sort of trying to get in a position where we can offer a broader spectrum.
It's a big difference with yourself as well, is that you're always trying to do better as well, and that's huge. I think a lot of other labs just kind of stay. And one thing I've seen as well is a lot of dodgy testing as well with the other labs. It's like I'll see blood results come back, and I know for a fact they're not right. So I'm like, guys, get this retested, and then they retest it, and like, I told you. Sometimes when you see blood work come back, you're like, this is definitely not right.
We're not infallible. I mean, we've had issues like that, but we'll just retest it straight away.
The difference is when there's an issue with you guys, you redo it straight away.
Yeah, no.
And the other guy, the other scene, they try to put blame on the people. I'm like, that's ridiculous. But
I mean, it's one of the reasons why we don't do postal and we don't let customers provide their own blood samples, because if we've controlled it from start to finish, the responsibility is all ours. So if there is a problem with a set of bloods, we know it's our issue and we will rectify it. There can't be anyone else's problem.
Get on it. Oh, and we're back in business. I actually did 20 minutes before Dave came. So now it means I've got my other 20 minutes to do before meal one. So routine, as always, stays the same, guys. I do 40 minutes of steps fasted and 3 rounds of posing every single morning. Top tip for you all. Some of you may have already heard this, but I actually put a video from pre-judging at the Olympia of Steve Weinberger doing the call-outs and actually post to that. This almost gives me like a stage experience where Steve calls out the shots, I hold the poses until he calls out the other shots. I think that's the best way to practice posing. It needs to be specific to how you will approach your poses on stage. So When I practice my posing now, in past I haven't, but now I practice like I am on stage. And I really think that helps a lot. So food for thought, guys. If you are going to practice your posing, make sure that you are nailing it and you are practicing with intent. Now, Athlete Pro Plus panel done with Dave. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the blood work is looking. I'm confident it's going to be pretty good, as I have actually seen my markers continuously improve over the years. Cholesterol especially, it's always been tremendous. My kidney values, EGFR, etc. have always been tip top. So my goal is to maintain my health to the best of our ability whilst pursuing what I pursue at the highest level for me. Anyway, back to steps. And I do have some client replies that I need to do with the guys and girls that are doing daily check-ins. So, game time. The day in the life continues. Meal number 1. You know the drill, guys. 3 whole eggs, 90 grams of rice, 125 grams of venison, blueberries, pineapple. Here we go. All of the health subs as well. Ready to rock and roll. Beautiful scenes. And then a little bit of bro chat with meal 1. Very, very intense morning so far. But it's what we love. Busy mornings, busy days, productive days, without much time to think. Especially when days like this, you have to just execute, otherwise you fall behind. And that's the beauty of having a regimented schedule. You don't have time to think because you have shit to do, which is a blessing in many, many, many cases, especially for me. So let's enjoy this. Chill out 5 minutes, then back on the treadmill for more steps, and then back to work. So normally after meal 1, I do get my cream of rices ready, and I do get some of the bits ready around the kitchen. Then I do my little walk. So I'm going to show you today's choice of pre and post workout cream of rice and whey. Today, I did not fancy a sludge, so I actually mixed my banoffee whey in with my cream of rice. So I normally mix it in after meal 1, then I have it all ready. And then whilst I'm actually doing my steps, I cook my cream of rice and just come back and forth. I know it's weird, but again, I like to be efficient with my time, right? So I'm not going to stand about wasting time looking at the clock on the microwave when I could just walk in the treadmill in the garage, right? So efficiency. If you're wondering why that clicked, that's Meg's cream of rice, because I do cook hers as well. Key is using a whisk, guys. Anyway, I'm going to show you today's choices of cream of rices. And this is the one, and I'm going to actually add 400 and a little bit of mils of water to this. This is going to the post-workout one, and this is the custard cream flavor cream of rice for my post-workout. 110 grams of cream of rice here for post-workout, 110 grams of cream of rice and 40 grams of whey iso pro here. So custard cream for post-workout, white chocolate for pre with banoffee mixed inside. I will review this later for you guys, and I will show you the meal. Today you are going to get to see the full day in the life, and today I'm actually making eggs for Meg in here. So she's going to have a little bit of a different breakfast this morning, and then she can report back and see if she likes it. So we shall see. Okay, ladies and gents, we're back in the lab. Back to check-ins. How many check-ins have I got left to do? 1, 2, actually. Right. How many check-ins do I have left for today? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 check-ins left for the day. So I probably have about an hour and a half, 2 hours of work for check-ins and then some client updates. I am going to be working on a new training plan for Mark today as well. It's going to be a little bit of a hybrid of what we are doing now, with a little bit more emphasis on his arms and 100% less volume for this recovery phase. Generally, when I have athletes go into a recovery post-show, training volume will be lowered a decent chunk. So let's say the peak training volume was 15 working sets We will probably taper it down to like 12, 13 working sets, maybe. And that's just random reference points in prep. And then post-show recovery would more than likely be like 10, 11 sets per session. So very, very manageable volume. The goal of that is to create runway for progression when we do transition into the off season. So that's the plan. Now, bodyweight update. If some of you haven't seen my previous video when I wrapped up my post refeed day, I actually ended up weighing 251 this morning, 251.3 to be exact. So we are only 2 pounds and 2.3 pounds up from my lowest body weight after 3 days rest and steps being pulled back to 8,000, and then eating 250 protein, 750 carb, and 50 fats for 3 days. I feel fresher, but I'm definitely not full. Fullness definitely isn't there, but that's good. The goal of these days isn't really to fill me right back up. The goal of these days is to more so slow down the rate of loss, drop some fatigue, get fresh, and get ready for this next run. So back to usual business today, back to my usual macros, which is training day, 3,800 calories, and then rest days are around 3,100 calories. So today I will pretty much show you entire day in the life, and then we can go over some updates to see how things are looking. But happy so far, but as always, never fully content. I am always striving to be better, and I will always work towards being better. That's always the goal, right? I cannot control how someone else looks on stage, but what I can control is how I look on stage, how I present, how I execute my prep, and what kind of package I bring. And this year, I am going in with a completely different attitude, which I think is going to result in much better progress. So back to work for me now, guys, and I will catch you at meal number 2 and then on my little post-meal treadmill walk. So see you then, guys. Right, that was a big old shift. We've got 3 check-ins left to do, but it's meal number 2 time. So time to get downstairs, have my meal, and stretch my legs a little bit. Motion is lotion, guys. Keep your routine, and especially if you have a job that requires you to sit a lot of the time, having allocated times to do some steps and some active walking will do you a world of good. I think mentally it will allow you to stay a lot more switched on, and from a health perspective, even controlling your blood sugar and just expenditure, it definitely pays off tremendously, guys. So use your breaks at work. If you are working in an office, don't sit in your arse, get up and walk. The best and the only way to warm up your food is on the pan. A little bit of spray, wipe it with this, and then get your food in the pan and get it warmed up. I might actually put it on a plate. In fact, I quite like this dish. That'll do. Right. Before the meal, we've got 2 Omega Pharma Pro. We've got magnesium and Digest Pharma Pro as well, with 1 cap of Ensure. So this goes down just before I eat, and then I'll sit down, eat this, watch a little bit of YouTube, and then back to steps. So meal number 2, 90 grams of rice, turn the heat down a little bit now. So we've got 90 grams of rice, 100 grams of pineapple, 75 grams of veg, and 200 grams of chicken, all raw weight. As always, for accuracy, guys, that's meal number 2, and then I have some seasonings and some salt that will add to it. The stack of gains, intra-workout stack. We've got 5 grams glutamine in my intra-workout, 30 grams of performance fuel, 10 grams of creatine in my pumpage, and 5 grams of creatine in my intra. Hydration in both. And then we've got 23 grams of pumpage with 10 grams of creatine in this little bottle here. That's the performance fuel. Then we've got 20 grams of MPS Max in here. And then magnesium, which is here, is in all of these. So I've got 2 magnesium in my MPS, 1 magnesium in my intra, and 1 magnesium in pre. And I do take magnesium with every single meal. So I am getting probably about 2,000 milligrams of elemental magnesium per day, which is about what I need for my body weight and activity levels. Some of the research that I've heard, some of the guys talk about 10 milligrams per kilogram of body weight of elemental magnesium is the start point. So if someone is more active, you probably need more. If you are assisted, you certainly need more. And especially if you're in prep, utilizing certain compounds, you definitely need more magnesium for improvements in sleep, but also energy levels. Definitely one of the most undervalued supplements of all time. And if you don't know, now you know. Kuba 10 for all trained by JP stuff. Okay, that's check-ins wrapped up. Now it's my chance to have 30 minutes with recovery boots on. Let me just get you a full view. Right, recovery boots, a cup of coffee, and get my mind in the game for pull day. Now, caffeine intake. I have my caffeine at 11:30 and I actually train at 1:30. Main reason for that, guys, is caffeine and stimulants are vasoconstrictors, which means your pumps are not going to be quite as good as they could be if you do take high amounts of caffeine or stimulants, especially before stage. So guys, if any of your coaches tell you to do any stims or any crazy high caffeine concoctions before stage, anything like ephedrine, please guys, do not do it, because you will not get a good pump. Your pump will be mediocre at best if you do get stimmed off your head before trying to get on stage. So don't make that mistake, and I've done that in past many times, and look, definitely backfired. So definitely be mindful, right? Anyway, I'm going to chill out. I still have one training plan to do for Mark, like I mentioned earlier. I've started it already, just got to finish it off now. But first, I'm going to have 10 minutes of relaxation time before I get back to work and then make my pre-meal. And obviously, I've got to get caffeinated, right? Well, I do love me some caffeine, especially after the 3 days break from caffeine as well now. I'm going to be seeing sounds when I've had this. So I'm just cooking up Meg's pre-workout meal. She's got scallops and rice. And then I have got my concoction of sups that I'm going to take before my pre-workout meal, which is 2 Ensure, Digest Pharma Pro, 2 Magnesium, and 2 Omega Pharma Pro. My cream of rice is in the microwave. Key to making delicious cream of rice is, as always, using a whisk. So this is the secret, guys and girls. You've got to make sure you whisk it up, otherwise the texture will not be the best. So whisk it up well and then put it back in. And I like to do it in intervals where I will microwave for 3 minutes, then 1 minute at a time, until I get my perfect consistency, which is a little bit like a pudding. I don't like it too thick or too runny. It's got to be firm consistency, a little bit like custard. Ironic, because they actually do custard flavour. Anyway, back to cooking, and I'll show you the end product. Pre-workout meals are ready to go. We've got 110 grams of white chocolate coconut and cream of rice with 40 grams of Banoffee White Iso Pro, my leftover blueberries from meal 1, pineapple, dates, 20 grams of dates/raisins, and then Meg's got her scallops, rice, veg, and a little bit of Flavor Gang sauce. Mealtime. I'm going to eat this now and then train in about 60-70 minutes-ish. As you can see, guys, precision scales, exactly 20 grams of dates. Success. Beautiful. Let's look at texture and consistency. See if I'm happy with this. Yeah, that's perfect. Wait. 12 out of 10. En route to the gym, guys. Big pull day is about to go down. A few revised changes when it comes to programming. I'm actually going to run this session at North Leeds. The structure of the session remains very similar. I am just going to start with a little bit of different variation of a pull down, working a different plane of motion. So we are going to tick all the boxes for the lat work. Today is going to be heavily focused on lats, with first 3 exercises training the lat in 3 different planes of motion. Then we will finish on a chest supported T-bar, which is excellent. An old piece that they have in there is tremendous. And then a couple of sets of kettlebell shrug, a little bit of bicep work, and rear delt. 15 working sets for the session, which is moderate volume. It's not low. I still have scope to reduce the volume. However, for now, whilst my recovery is on point, there is no reason to reduce the volume. Today's session layout will be 2 working sets of pull down, working in the sagittal plane, and then we will be doing a horizontal row. Then we will have a pull down, working in frontal plane, then chest supported T-bar, and then shrug. So 2 working sets for exercise number 1, 2 working sets for exercise number 2, 3 working sets on the prime pull down, 2 working sets on the T-bar, then 2 working sets on the shrug, followed by 3 working sets of bicep, and 1 to 2 working sets on the reverse cable fly. Relatively short session, but it will be a productive one. And based off recovery, there's still scope to probably remove that 3rd set of the pull down when recovery takes a hit, if it takes a hit, and 1 set off the kettlebell shrug, which will reduce the volume down to like 13 working sets, which is going to be very, very manageable, especially towards the end of the prep. But at 6 weeks out now, my recovery is still fine. I think we've managed fatigue pretty well, managing stress levels well. I feel like the process this year has been the best yet. I think both myself and Meg are very, very busy. So prep doesn't really feel like prep because our days are so regimented. And I do feel like we're both thrive in that sort of environment. I mean, days are busy, days are hard, but we do love that shit, don't we? So I feel like we're both, yeah, you can see Meg's shoulder, but she's here, she's agreeing. I feel like not many people would understand our lifestyle at the moment, and I don't think many people would probably think that sort of life is enjoyable for them, but this is why everyone's different, and what's enjoyable for us is definitely not enjoyable for other people. I think we've come to realise that, haven't we? Yeah. I think we are very, very different, and I think the older we've gotten, our circle of people around us has gotten smaller, but the circle of people around us that we do have, the quality has certainly increased, and that's always a good thing, right? Anyway, see you in the gym for set number 1. Before I get stuck into the session, guys, I will do a couple of sets of planks. I will see if Meg has a little bit of time to write out my logbook with my new sessions. She will only need to write the pull day for today, if she can. That'd be amazing. And then we'll get stuck into the session. I will show you the top working sets, and then any questions you have on the programming, please comment below. Oh, blue light blockers from Raw Optics. Code KUBA10 actually does work. I have used these bad boys for many years, and I'm actually going to put them on straight after training because myself and Meg are actually in bed for like 8 p.m. latest now, because we are waking up at like 5 a.m. to crack on with work and get on top and win the day, as they say. And as always, guys, trained by JP, code KUBA10. You know the drill. See you at gym for set number 1. Okay, warm up almost done. Couple of sets of planks, 1 set of assisted pull-up. Then we'll begin exercise number 1. Brand new hard body lifting straps are here for me to bed them in. So I am buzzing. I needed some new ones, and leather ones are amazing, but these are a little bit thinner, which makes them even better for some machines, for me especially. So this is how you put them together. Pull this through. This comes over the thumb. And we're on. As a reference point, that's how it needs to be coming through here. Ideal. This for extra grip. 10 out of 10. Concuba for yours. Let's get it, baby. Come on. Wrapped up, guys and girls. Very, very happy with that. Few new movements, but everything sat perfectly. I will definitely stick with this session now for the foreseeable future, as it felt superb. Now time to consume my post-workout meal, which is 250 grams of cod, as you can see here, with 5 grams of sweet pappy sauce, and then we've got my custard cream of rice with 100 grams of blueberries inside it. Turns it into a bit of a cake. So absolutely divine, guys. Look at this. I mean, that is beautiful. And then my fish and rice. Basically it's fish and rice, posh version, right? My blue light blockers are going to go on now because bedtime's approaching. And I'll see you at home, guys. Peace out. Ladies and gentlemen, meal number 5. We've got Meg's meal, which is basically just veg, avocado, chicken. And then we've got my meal, which is 150 prawns, 100 grams of wild salmon, 50 grams of rice, raw wheat, 75 grams of veg. And then we've got 5 grams of sweet pappy, and then 5 grams of, I think this is like a curry one. I put them in these and I put a little bit of water in them to make them a little bit thinner, but also even less calories. So time to eat, and then before I consume these, I will also take my Omega Pharma Pro, Magnesium, and Digest Pharma Pro. Right, guys and girls, time to cap off the vlog for today. Few days back in, and you actually got to see the first day back off the back of the diet break and deload, which was my pull day. A very, very good session, and my body's definitely on fire because today is 2 days after, so I am actually completing the video a little bit later because I want to give you some feedback on how the diet break has worked and what it did for me. And essentially the whole point is to drop fatigue. The point wasn't to really fill me up, as the food amount that I've eaten didn't really touch the sides and it wouldn't actually fill me up that much. The whole point of doing the high days and reducing my output was to get fresh, drop some of the fatigue that has been accumulated over the period of time with the calorie deficit, come out of a deficit, but do not push myself to a point where I then have to dig to get body weight back down and get back into a calorie deficit. I pretty much returned back into a calorie deficit the day after because it's only been 2 days back in and I hit a new body weight low of this prep at 248.6 pounds. So I am expecting a very big shift forward in fat loss over the days to come. As you can see, my face is definitely coming in hard. So at 6 weeks and 1 day out now, it's definitely getting there. When the video was shot was 6 weeks and 3 days, but now we are getting closer, 6 weeks and 1 day out. So tomorrow I will be vlogging again. I will show you my rest day food and I will show you exactly what I do with my rest day routine and how I structure my days. So another day in the life, another vlog. I do have some calls booked for tomorrow, and I think I do have a lecture or a Q&A tomorrow as well to do. So we'll see how everything moves, and I will keep you all updated. Training performance so far has been great. The last 2 sessions have been cracking. I definitely feel like I'm a little bit more in prep now, but that's normal. That's all good. My schedule is by far the most enjoyable in terms of time frames. I really love waking up early, and I think now my body's waking me up super early. It means that I'm in bed before 8 o'clock now, and I'm waking up naturally like 10 to 5 o'clock, which is amazing for me because it allows me to stay extremely productive with my client work, etc., get a lot done in the morning, and then be able to relax in the evening, which is ideal, as most of my guys and girls, as always, year round, always wake up to proper replies. So it's great to be more efficient, and I always feel like I get a lot more done in the morning. I feel like a lot of people that claim they're night owls, they're not really night owls, they're just lazy. I mean, nobody's body functions better at night, especially your brain function actually slows down in line with the circadian rhythm. As the sun comes down, your body naturally starts to switch off, ready for bedtime, basically. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. The last meal was a mixture of cream of rice and oats with 60 grams of whey and 10 grams of dark chocolate. And I will show you that tomorrow, as it's going to be the same meal as I always have before bed. So I will show you that in tomorrow's full day in the life. But for now, guys, thank you so much for watching. It's getting close. Time is flying. So hope you're all ready to strap in for the journey. And let's get it, guys. 6 weeks to go. Beautiful, Steens.